In the debate, I call Mr. Kimmo Kiljunen from Finland. Kimmo.
Mr. President, I would like to start to saying pity, pity, pity. Session after session, at the final days, we have the discussion about the desperate conflict between two nations, Azeris, Armenians, who have lived centuries close to each other, that there is a war, tensions, and problems. That is very pity. Now we do have the discussion about the potential major blockade of Lodging Corridor and total blockade of the Nagorno-Karabakh as a whole. And obviously, if that is fully implemented, the blockade, there is a major humanitarian crisis, even catastrophe, which we will witness. So this is a very, very warning situation. Unfortunately, we hear contesting parties interpreting the situation totally differently. We will, and you will soon hear the interpretations and differences. We hear that the Lodging Corridor is closed and no transport, including maybe a few ambulances, but no transport whatsoever. Nagorno-Karabakh is isolated also. Otherwise, the gas lines have been cut, the power lines have been also cut, etc., etc. Major problem, 120,000 people living in these type of conditions and isolation. That argument is there. And the other side is saying there is actually only control, that there will be no military traffic vis-a-vis from Armenia to Nagorno-Karabakh, otherwise no problems, supposed to be no problems. If there are problems, the problems are not Azeris. That's the argumentation. Azeris officials or even civic society people. The problems are Russians, Russian mafia, etc., etc. Even eco-activists have made the blockade there, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, there is a total confusion. We have a confusion. My hope, my request is, let's have there an impartial international observation mission which observes the situation and verifies it. We with Boriana, we are ready. We are rapporteurs for Armenia. We are ready. I know also the rapporteurs for Azerbaijan are ready. We are ready to go in the region and assess the situation and tell you as much as we can know what are the real situation and facts. That I really ask that both parties would agree about that one. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Kimmo. Now we are going to listen to Mr. Ruben Rubinian from Armenia. Ruben, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr.